Wasn't best ever week, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rewind. RN and I barely getting in here, like 2 days late, but we're here, damn it. We got the show for you. We're going to be taking a minor look back at Full Gear that happened over the weekend. But the meat and the potatoes of today's show is previewing Survivor Series War Games. I actually, for the first time, RN in years, yours truly is excited for Survivor Series, man. How you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm hype as hell for it just because of War Games alone.
Yeah, man. It's going to be cool. So this is Triple H's baby that became an annual tradition around this time of year in NXT Black and Gold. And he's brought it up to the main roster. It's getting his main roster call up, RN.
Yep.
Can't wait to do it. But first, before we get into all of that stuff, want to welcome you guys to watching the show. This is a weekly show where RN and I will kind of talk about what's happening in wrestling, whether we're talking about like active storylines in the program or if we're talking like backstage news and rumors. It's just kind of like your overall general wrestling podcast.
Yep.
We do this every week live on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. Normally it is not filmed on Tuesday nights. It's the shit happened this week, so
Right.
we're just recording late. It's all good though. And if you ever miss a live stream, we're on youtube.com/SmackedRaw podcast, and of course anywhere the audio version can be found. We're all over the place audio wise, RN, but I have learned the bulk of our listeners listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Dude, what is Apple? Isn't Apple Podcasts and like iTunes the same thing?
I don't know. I've always wondered that. Like, is it the same? Is it not? I mean, I don't. Well, I guess it couldn't be because, well, it could be and it couldn't be because iTunes is everything and Apple podcast is literally just podcast. So maybe it could be both. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're separated because I look at the analytics of our show and it shows two platforms. So Apple just has two platforms. Feels kind of silly. You know, you think you would just unify it, kind of like what Roman should do with those world titles, just unify it into one convenient spot to listen to your podcast. But the reason why I bring that up is you guys have been helping us out a lot lately with these 5-star reviews. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, look up Smacked Raw, a pro wrestling podcast. Leave us a badass 5-star review. We'll read them out on air. I'm going to pull up random one here. Havoc50 gave us a 5-star review. He said, great cast of guys, fun and entertaining show, lots of content. Hitman Holly says, what a crew, what a show. These guys are fun to chat with and listen to. It's an honor to be a part of it. Oh, I think that was actually Bama back in the day. And lastly, Salmon323 said, love the Smacked Raw lineup. Rewind gives me great reviews. Botched has great interviews. And Ted of the Heel Truth is in a league of his own on analysis. Yeah, man. Hey, that's a fucking fantastic review. Thank you.
We'll take it.
Yeah, you guys. So head on over there. Leave us a 5-star review, and I'll make sure to read them out on air whenever they are left. So, yeah, man. Appreciate it, everybody. And lastly, if you want to support us, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/SmackedRaw podcast. It's what helps keep the lights on here at the show. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, RN, let's get into this wrestling. Let's get into the wrestling. I don't really have much banter today for you. I really don't.
I don't either. It's been a long day.
Like everything for me is like old man banter. Like my coffee pot isn't working. All my coffee's sour. I had to do like a sketchy Facebook deal today. That's kind of what held me up the last 2 days was this sketchy person buying a TV on Facebook. Honestly, I was scared for my life. I brought Jess along just so she could
die too.
Yeah, man. Just, you know. So if anything happens, she could record it or just dial 911. Like, hey, my husband's being robbed, and I ditched him. I drove off. Luckily for me, it went down just fine. It went down. I sold the guest room TV today.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Did you watch Full Gear?
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you think of it, man?
It was all right. It was like a B.
You know what it felt like to me? A really solid return to form for them. They didn't have to like over deliver with the matches, but I felt like they told enough stories, and it was like a great reset. Plus, what I labeled as a very predictable show ended up having a couple unpredictable outcomes. I did not see Jamie Hayter winning. I didn't see that happening. I did also not see the Elite not winning. That was pretty neat.
I knew that. I did see that one. The only thing that surprised me was the Hater. Like, I was not expecting that at all.
It's a good thing they did, though, because we had been talking about it, and we were like, listen, you need to pull the trigger while the iron's hot. Don't let this character go stale before you finally get around to putting the belt on her. And that's what they did, man. They listened to the fans. That's pretty dope. I just
don't want to see the same old tired ass program with her and Britt. Britt turning on her because she's the champ. You know that's gonna happen.
That's the obvious story to tell, though. Is Britt? That's the story that's been told 1,000 times, and it's a good story. And that's
exactly. I don't want to see it 1,001. You can just have it there, especially now with everybody having this awesome respect for Britt now, giving her flowers. Like, all right, we're on the same team, but you owe me a shot. I helped you win it. Now I want a shot at it. Like, it doesn't have to be the heel turn on the champ every fucking single time, and when somebody in the group becomes champ. Like, that's the only thing I'm all for them having a match. It's gonna be a bang.
That's exactly what has to happen.
I hate it. Like, I'm sorry, I just hate it. It's like you said, it's too predictable and boring. Like, we know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just because she rode so hard for her in the match and helped her so much, you know she's gonna end up turning on.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes predictable's not bad, though. Look at the William Regal MJF stuff. Like, that was a lot of people predicted that, and it still wound up like really good.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess that's a little bit. I guess it's the same, but I mean, it's not at the same time. Like, yes, it was predictable, but it was something. It was something a little bit new, and at least something that we can put our teeth into. But like having the same old, like, we're in the same group, I turn on the guy because he has the belt thing. That's wrestling fucking booking 101.
Yeah, I know. What do you think? Now that Toni Storm was only interim champ, what do you think that says about her record? Like her reign? Is it? Do we feel like we let Toni Storm down because it possibly might not be recognized in the record books? Does it not matter? She was a champ. She had a reign. It's just, it's just a silly label. What's your take on that?
I mean, I hate that shit because especially I don't hate the interim champ thing. Like, I like it if it's for storyline purposes. Like, if somebody hits an official, whatever, and gets suspended, or Tony told them don't touch each other and they do, and so he strips the guy the belt, and then the other guy comes back to get a shot. Like, if it's storytelling, I don't mind it, but just for the simple fact that Thunder Rosa got it stripped, people get stripped the championships all the fucking time. Like, I hate the interim tag. Like, no, she's just the champ because the person that dropped it is hurt, isn't coming back anytime soon, and can't fight for it or defend it if they were still the champ. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I was one of the big defenders of the CM Punk, John Moxley interim champion because we knew that was going to be like a shorter time frame before we got the unification. It doesn't feel like that with Thunder Rosa. So
no,
I'm kind of with you, man. I feel like just fucking strip Thunder Rosa, go ahead and make the reign official with Jamie Hayter, and then Thunder Rosa can just have like the instant #1 contender shot whenever she's ready to come back. Noob's in the chat. By the way, once again, you guys, live on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. Go ahead and hop in the chat. We'll interact with you live on the show. We don't care. Noob says, I really hate the whole interim tagline. It's getting annoying. Just strip Thunder Rosa the title, for crying out loud. Yeah, he sounds pretty fed up too. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. What else happened on the card? Should have my notes pulled up. Jesus, what's wrong with me, RN? You know what else? You know what else though?
Right.
Never get mad at you for not having notes on you.
That's not my job.
That's not your job.
I'm the color guy.
Hey, look, that's your label. I didn't label you that.
I said color guy, not colored guy. Get your mind out that white hood, Kyle.
Oh, fuck off.
Now we're cooking.
God damn it. My bad, everybody. It's unprofessional. I have my ringer on. Let me see. Where the hell's where's just like a basic rundown? Let's try the New York Post. I just want a list of the matchups. That's all. Oh yeah, we saw Saraya return. What'd you think of that?
It was all right.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not as hype on her as everybody else is. I mean, I feel like I knew Britt wasn't gonna get the win there, but I feel like that switch that they had where Britt ended up being pretty much the babyface, I think they should have ran with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
double turn on accident.
Good moment, dude. Her I'm not gonna lie, them panning to her like her family and her brother being emotional in the crowd, that got to me. That got to me a little bit because then
that stuff I get and I understand that too, but I just meant like just the overall arc of the story, and then like I said, that promo that they had, like it just I don't know, it just kind of flipped it to Britt for me.
Yeah. I thought it was nice and emotional. I mean, it wasn't the best match. It wasn't that bad. I felt like obviously
it was better than I expected it to be, honestly. I mean, because Paige is dope. Don't get me wrong, or Saraya, but it's still 5 years she hasn't wrestled.
Yeah, I think it was good. Saraya says that she'll be wrestling maybe about once a month right now. That she's not gonna like go too hard, too fast like she did in WWE. A lot of people, forget that she had before this layoff with injury, like 5 years. She had literally just returned from another long layoff of injury. Like that one gets overlooked a lot, and she says when she got back from that injury, she went too hard, too fast, went right back to that grueling schedule WWE had. Said that's not going to be the case this time. She's going to do like one match a month. We'll probably just see her on TV doing a lot of talking segments. It's good, man. It's good. And also it helps us not be like overwhelmed with the incoming WWE talent. Because Full Gear did feel like a reset for focusing back on AEW originals and being, even though Saraya won, MJF I think was like the biggest thing there. Is it safe to say that Chris Jericho is an AEW original? You wouldn't say he's a WWE guy.
No,
anymore.
I mean, originally I did think that, but like I didn't realize that he pretty much started with the company and he wasn't even signed with WWE when he signed with them. He was wrestling in New Japan.
Yeah, he'd been out for like a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I consider him an original because he was literally there from day one, and he was the first champ, wasn't he?
Yep, the inaugural champ. He beat Hangman Page for it.
Yeah, he's just off the strength of that, he's not a WWE guy. I mean, he was their first fucking champion. So
yeah, and then the Acclaimed, of course, the most homegrown story,
right?
Tag team retained over Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, two incoming WWE guys. So
right.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That it's almost like in retaliation to the CM Punk brawl out stuff.
Right.
Is
shout out to the crowd for saying fuck Tony Khan though.
No, they said fuck CM Punk.
Oh, that's what I see. I thought they were saying fuck Khan.
No, man. So during and there's a little bit of there's actually kind of like a funny right now, a little bit of like a turf war going on because of this. So the Elite came out, by the way, to Wayward Son, which was an awesome entrance in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Not everybody liked it. I thought it was really dope.
I thought first of all, I love the song. The song's fucking fire, yeah. But I feel like it just kind of fit the Bucks and like their whole like they look like a fucking 70s tag team or whatever with the tassels and shit and just their outfits in general. Like I don't know. I'm just a Bucks lover, so like I don't really think they ever do anything wrong. Honestly,
My only criticism is, look, man, we didn't need y'all lip syncing it. Like you can get down, like jam to it. I didn't need the close up on Matt and Nick.
That's the
lip
heelish.
syncing.
Exactly. That's why it worked because you didn't want to see it. And you didn't like. That's in the words of Bama. Heels doing what they're supposed to do, making you not like.
They're
something.
fully entrenched in babyface right now. They are fully babyface.
I don't. They're to me. They're like Seth. Like they aren't. They're never a babyface to me. It doesn't matter what's happening. Yeah. What's going on? Like they're too arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like
in the eyes of AEW fans, they're babyface
in the stands. Yeah, absolutely.
Will says it's a great 80s song. It is a good 80s song. Fuck
80s. It's a great song. Period.
Yeah, I got it burned into my head from Supernatural, being the intro to that show. But no, so during the match, the crowd were very vocal for a part of it, and they were loudly chanting "Fuck CM Punk, fuck CM Punk," and so where this riled up some people was because Being the Elite, the YouTube show, returned the following Monday, and the Bucks. If you're not familiar with the YouTube show, usually the Bucks will put a little compilation of like their most recent match, put to some music, and it'll kind of just shows them wrestling. Highlights of their most recent match. Well, during the highlights of the trios match that they had, they cut out the audio of the music to include the audio of the fuck CM Punk. So you're just in this highlight video jamming to some music, and all of a sudden the music cuts off. You hear very distinctly the crowd going fuck CM Punk for probably about like 10 or so seconds, and then it cuts back to the audio.
Send me the link to that. I gotta watch that because that's
just
petty.
Being the Elite, man. BT,
okay.
Just like literally YouTube BTE, like
that's the pet. That's what I'm telling you. They are not fucking. They are heels no matter what. That's the pettiest shit ever, and I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah, man. So this has got. I noticed some people in our group chat. Some people it rubbed the wrong way. I'm always of the team. I love it when you. I
wasn't paying attention. Why was it? Why did rub them the right way? What was the reason?
Just because. The Young Bucks are, labeled like arrogant, cocky. They've always been like anti-establishment. They've got a lot of their momentum through saying essentially like fuck WWE and other teams. Right. So this is just on brand for them. You know what I mean? And and they're using the crowd to send the message because during the episode they never mentioned anything about the drama. It was just back to business as usual. This was like really the only shot that I saw in reference, and just allowing that clip to be included in the YouTube video.
And that's why that's why I love the Bucks and why I stand so hard for them, because it just seems like no matter what they do, people move the goalposts. Like they're mad that he was poking fun at CM Punk, but everybody in fucking internet land was poking fun at CM Punk and shitting on CM Punk for being a shitty person. And for once, it wasn't the Bucks this time. It really was him.
Yeah.
And people have like I said, I don't get it. It's all, the goalpost moves too much for the Bucks for me.
But of course, I get why people are. I've always been of the attitude because you know what, man, I had a lot of people put me down growing up, and I was very much the person giving the finger, saying "fuck you," I'm gonna do what I want. Fuck you if you don't agree with it. Same. So I appreciate that attitude. That's one of the things I liked about like when AEW was early on taking all the shots at WWE. I liked it. I was like, look, I like seeing that fire unapologetic behavior. Like I appreciate that in somebody instead of just, being polite and well-mannered at all times because that's what other people think you should be.
They should have been saying fuck NXT or something like that instead of WWE because like there's still no competition.
Yeah, I know. Will says AEW still in the early on. I mean like more 2019, 2020 circa. They kind of chilled out with the shots in 2021 and in 2020 you don't see as many. But yeah, like I don't mind it. But yeah,
I don't either.
But like I said, you have people who are big fans of CM Punk. So now here's this turf war. You team Elite, you team CM Punk, or you just team pro wrestling and you just like this shit. That's kind of me.
I'm team Elite because at first, like I said, everyone knows. You can check the tape. CM Punk's one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. But also now, he's done it twice.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like before, like it's easy to take his side in WWE because everybody hates WWE and it's always a horror story coming out of there. You know what I'm saying? So like you get it. And I mean, let's be honest, he almost died from that shit, lost his best friend. Like, I mean, he has every reason to be belligerent about WWE. But then now you come back, you're supposed to be changed and be the savior and be like the guy that helps put the young guys in AEW on the map, and then you do the exact same thing. So maybe WWE wasn't the
drama
problem.
caused you to snap. Like the stuff that happens in locker rooms, regardless of what company you're in, there's always going to be people talking shit to each other because it's a competitive environment. You know what I mean?
He just seems like his ego's bigger than the Bucks, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this ain't so much supposed to be a smash piece on CM Punk, although it's quickly turning into it. Let's do a couple other minor ones here.
Let's just hit every match. It was only like 30.
No, dude. Because the title of the show RN is supposed to be War Games preview, but
no, I'm just talking shit. But only what I guess I got what match stood out to you?
The cage match, the opening cage match was badass with Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. I thought that was pretty gnarly. Good start to the whole card. Set the tone.
Absolutely.
Jack Perry's elbow drop from the top of the cage. It looked like it hurt him more than Luchasaurus. That looked like it hurt like a son of a bitch.
I wasn't really hyped for this match, but I kind of got more into it as it happened. I'm glad that they started the pay-per-view, especially a pay-per-view with 34 fucking matches. Like I feel like it was a smart move to come out the gates with some fire shit to get the crowd going. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate.
Exactly. And then of course the main event. The main event was good, predictable, but it was great, man. The whole lot of cussing, Mox in there saying just like fucking hit me. Fucking hit me. Oh, I loved it, dude. And I called it, by the way. If you watch the World Elite podcast, I was a guest for the preview show, and I called the William Regal spot like beat for beat, not just like I predicted Regal to turn on Mox, but the spot with the diamond ring, how it all went about, the swerve. I called it like to the beat. I felt pretty proud of myself for that one, but then again, probably everybody saw that shit coming. So,
right?
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed 2 matches. I enjoyed the Elite match was fire, and the Jeff Jarrett and Sting shit. Like I can't believe I actually liked that.
Yeah, man. You know that match. That was for one. We finally got an entertaining match that included Statman Singh. Like, I'm not, dude. Him catching Darby off of like a 20-foot goddamn like coffin drop.
It was like when you throw your kid up in the air, your baby up in the air, and catch it. Like it was literally like, it wasn't even that I wasn't amazed. It was just that I was like, all right, that should have happened.
Yeah. And he didn't let Darby die. Good on him.
That was his best showing to me. Like even though he was in a fucking suit the whole time, like he looked safe. His moves looked believable. I think they tried to protect him a little bit. Like he didn't really go down much unless it was like them fucking 20 people jumping on him or Sting's big old ass jumping out the crowd and shit. Like I think they did a good job of protecting him. For
Sting
real.
almost got dumped on his head.
Oh yeah,
on that dive. Oh,
yeah,
man.
And he almost fucking killed Jay Lethal too when he did the lethal injection, and he caught him, but they just kept going back. He didn't get to stop with it. So,
you know what was impressive? Is just the feet alone, because we've seen Sting, we've seen his legs kind of give out on him as he gets a little fatigued. The fact that he was able to hold him and Statman Singh were able to stay in position for the oh God, what's his move? The
Scorpion Death Drop.
The Scorpion Death Drop. The fact that he was able to hold him in that position long enough to wait for Darby to hit the coffin drop, I was like, kudos, man. I was like, that's.
And it looked real. Like he was like struggling with it and like telling Darby, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah,
get up there.
He was too.
And I'm gonna be honest, Jared looked fucking good. Like
Jared's
with his shirt off and everything. Like
he's aging like a fine wine. I
was like, bro, him and Sting are probably the same age, and Jared looks like he's in his 40s. Even with his dad bod, like he still looked fucking good. Like I think me and you both going into this match, we were both kind of into it because of the Jared shit, but like it delivered for me.
Yeah, man. the Jarrett could kind of take over the Sting role as far as like being like the old veteran wrestler that's not overused, but
Right.
when is used to the right. Like Sting, like I've said, has been like one of the most perfectly booked active
Facts.
legends. You
Facts.
know, his
Y'all
matches.
know I hate the legends coming back. So for me to say that, that's you know what I'm saying. You know it's real. If I'm totally agreeing, like they've used Sting they've used him perfectly from, and I like how they saved the spots. Like you already know, like he don't do shit during fucking
Yeah.
Rampage and Dynamite, but you already know if it's a pay per view, he's jumping off something.
Yeah, like they've hid all of Sting's weaknesses and highlighted all of his strengths. Like it's
Right.
they've used
I wouldn't
him
mind.
beautifully.
The only thing I didn't like about the Jared stuff, like I don't think it needed to be Jay Lethal in them. Like Jay Lethal didn't need that in any
They
way,
needed
shape,
to
or
do a
form.
tag match. You had to form a tag team, and Jay Lethal, out of the entire AW roster, has the most history with
No, I understand that. Like I mean, I'm not saying they were wrong and that they shouldn't have did it. I just felt like it should have been somebody that matched up with Darby, so it could be like an evil version of Sting and Darby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Like a younger guy, like Lee Moriarty or somebody, like just somebody younger, or maybe anybody. Like I'm not saying, like I said, it delivered for me. I liked it. I loved even the story going up to it. Like, and y'all know it's rare for me to say something that glowingly about a storyline on AEW or a storyline with fucking the old fucks in it, but it worked. I just wish, like I said, it wasn't like because Jay Lethal, I feel like he's underused and not used right. Like he doesn't need Sanjay speaking for him. He doesn't need Jarrett. He might be one of the best damn people on the mic, top 5 for sure on the mic in the whole damn company. And like all these other people who are lesser than him are speaking for him. And like I said, he didn't need that Jarrett rub. I felt like like I said, I just wish it was like a younger guy that they did it with, so we could get like a, you know what I'm saying, like an evil version of.
I got you now.
Darby.
Like instead of because you have Darby and Sting, the
Right.
very much the older legend and the very young, like not in his prime yet.
Right.
Whereas Lethal is currently like in his prime years. You know,
Yeah.
maybe even Twilight. And then so you could have had that parallel, like the really young
right.
up and comer. Off the top of your head, you're thinking like a Sammy Guevara or something.
Yeah, like Sammy Guevara, Lee Moriarty, one of the dudes from the
Yeah.
Nightmare Factory, like just somebody young that they're, or actually would have been dope if it was one of the dudes from the Top Flight or whatever. Like I know they don't want them to be healed, but like if it had been one of them dudes going to get, like that would have been a perfect matchup. Two young and up and coming high flyers versus two fucking grizzled veterans. Like that would have been a dope ass match.
I see what you're saying. No, I see what
Yeah.
you're
Not
saying.
like I said, I don't think they did anything wrong. I'm not shitting on it because everybody always says I shit on AEW and everything they do. I'm not. I actually loved it. I enjoyed it. I wanted to see Jared again. But like I said, I like it when it's like this, when there's two old fucks beating each other up, or if it really has something to do with the story and they're taking the L's and stuff. So
Yeah. Will's joining us. Hope you feel better by the.
What's up, Will?
By the way, anybody that's viewing this live, there's most likely tonight. I think right following NXT, as long as Will's health stays okay. Apparently, he's feeling kind of under the weather today. Botch Spots and Chair Shots should be going live tonight with Will and Alison, and I think Bobby. I think they're gonna try to do a show tonight, as long as if Will is feeling up to it. I guess he's having a little bit of a fever, but Will says Sting is he says 62. Sting is 60 fucking 2. I know, man. It's
like I said, I'm not
amazing.
hating on it. Like I want to call it trash and say it sucks, but it just worked. Like I'm sorry, it worked.
They found the best way to use them, man. He also says FTR should have been on the card.
I believe that.
Yeah, I can see that. And I know I can already hear you, Aaron. I give him a pass. I give him a pass for not including FTR this pay-per-view, because FTR's now, granted, FTR should be in an on-broiled story.
Yeah.
But they're not. And everybody, essentially everybody on the card was in a like this whole night was like a ton of blow-offs.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: if FTR, it should already, the alarm bells are already going off, but they're only going to get louder if FDR is not utilized. Like almost.
Well, my thing is like, I don't like FTR, not like everybody else does, but like they're belt collecting, but don't have the most important belts in the collection.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like if they were going to be doing this and like had it how it's set up, I wouldn't mind it. I'd feel better about it if they actually were the AEW champions on top of everything else. But they're not. They have these belts that are a defunct championship belt and one that they never fucking defend, two that they never defend in other countries. So it's like those belts are pointless. Like they don't, for the most part, they don't mean anything to the American crowd, the New Japan belts or the AAA belts. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and Ring of Honor is a dead company within AEW. So it's pretty much like carrying around the FTW tag titles in my eyes. I mean, if I'm being 100% honest. So like, they bring too much to the table. Like I said, they're not my cup of tea, but they bring too much to the table for them not to be in one of your 4 pay-per-views. So like, even if it was them coming out afterwards to challenge the Acclaim or something, like they should have been included on this card. Like I said, again, everybody says I'm the AEW hater and give me shit about the FTR shit, but like they definitely should have been on this show.
Yeah, man. No. I 100% agree with you.
Well, I know you do. You're the AEW guy.
No, I said I agree with you, asshole. Juggernaut.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know you agree with me.
Juggernaut097 says, "What's up, fellas?" He's a first-time chatter on the show, man. What's up,
Nice.
Juggernaut?
Welcome to the show, bro.
Welcome to the show, man. Hey, listen, be a line cutter and give us a follow here on Twitch, man. Got to give the people what they want, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, overall, I'm not gonna lie. Full Gear, even though Full Gear was long, it actually felt like it went by faster than say like the other pay-per-views that we've gotten, because I think we had a couple less matches, which allowed the matches that we did have room to breathe.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it didn't feel like it was 4 hours. No. Granted, I didn't watch it when it came out that night, so it might have been different. But like, I can honestly say, like, that was one of the things too that I thought one of my biggest compliments about the show was that it flowed and it felt fluent and it felt like 4 hours felt like a fucking breeze.
Yo, RN, we got another line cutter. Juggernaut just cut in line.
Let's go.
He cut you off immediately on your whole take, bro.
Let's do it. Fuck it. I don't care. Fuck that take. Throw it out the window.
Thank you.
Let's go, Juggernaut. Man. Welcome to the show.
Welcome up, man. Welcome up. Thank you so much, man. RN, listen, man. Full Gear's in the bag. We enjoyed it. We didn't really have much to shit on.
No.
Let's get into previewing a Survivor Series 2022. Like I said, seems to be the first Survivor Series that I'm pretty intrigued about in some damn time. And let's be honest, it's largely due in part of WARGAMES. WARGAMES.
Don't say largely. It is It is all to do with fucking WARGAMES.
Fucking hurt, bro. How does Regal do that every year? Let me see here. I'm trying to find something with the match card.
I was gonna say I don't even remember any match card except for
Survivor Series
the WARGAME match
card. Let's see. Updated Survivor Series match card pick one day ago. This is Bleacher Report. Yeah, they're good. Bleacher Report's good.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, cool. So, of course, just a quick preface. Triple H's baby, the WARGAMES match is getting its main roster call-up. We're seeing 2 WARGAMES matches, the men's and the women's. The men's is going to be held between the Bloodline and the Brawling Brutes with Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, surprisingly.
Ass.
Yeah, hey, we'll get there. And the women's is, oh my God, it's such a hodgepodge. You have the women's
Bianca.
Thank you. Well, no,
Bianca, Asuka,
Damage Control. Yeah,
Damage Control
featuring Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross. Oh, by the way, this will mean that Rhea Ripley has been on every female WARGAMES matches.
That's what I was about to say. Has she been in all of them?
Yep.
And Nikki's been in a couple too, hasn't she? Or at least one.
I think so. And the faces are going to be Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss. I haven't caught the ending of Raw, but apparently Mia Yim got a new name. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. I saw that. I didn't hear it. I watched Raw too and didn't catch that. But who cares? She's ass.
Shut up, man. And then also they're teasing on SmackDown. We're going to have the reveal of the 5th member. I think it's going to be a returning Becky Lynch. Who do you think it'll be?
Yeah, that's probably who if I had to bet gun to head, I'd probably bet Becky Lynch.
Okay. By the way, can you hear my kids screaming in the background?
No.
No. So normally they play like Smash Brothers is what I let them play, but I just introduced them to one of the Dragon Ball Z games.
Nice.
Yeah, like Xenoverse.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, and they're
I fucking love Dragon Ball.
Dude, they're going insane in that shit. Okay, so hold on. Juggernaut says I have the full card listed on WWE.com.
Look at Juggernaut coming through with the
Juggernaut. Yeah, man. Oh my God, I'm surprised you can't hear them because they are screaming their asses off in the background. Let me see here. Oh, Juggernaut says it's gonna be Charlotte. Oh, Juggernaut, boo, get out of here with Charlotte. No.
I forgot about her. Could be Charlotte or
well
Becky.
could be. Okay, we'll kick this off with the women's title match. Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey. I think this is probably the most predictable match on the entire card.
Right.
Ronda Rousey is going.
I got to start watching
destroy.
SmackDown.
Yeah, dude, it's the A show. It is the A show of the week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love AEW, you flip a coin on on what I think is like my favorite show of the week
Nice.
between Dynamite and SmackDown most weeks now. Yeah, SmackDown's hitting really good right now. So Shotzi, they've built her up in a very short period of time to be like a credible threat. But I'm not gonna lie, she's less threatening to Ronda Rousey than Liv Morgan was, and Shotzi also had like, okay, I will say this, for everything great that Triple H has done, he has fallen into some common tropes which anybody can fall into. But they had Shotzi literally come out and say that Ronda Rousey has never faced a threat like her before, completely forgetting that Ronda Rousey wasted Shotzi in a beat the clock challenge.
Right.
Some time ago. Yeah, so we've seen this before, man.
I think that they've like Shotzi's not my cup of tea, but it's only because of how they use her and well how they don't use her. Like she's actually like I've grown to love her style in the ring, and if you really pay attention to how she wrestles, especially now that since Triple H has been back, she's gone back more to her NXT style. It's a little bit of everything. It's kind of like it's like a little bit of Mick Foley mixed with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got a little craziness to it. She's got a little submission. Like she got a little bit of everything. Like it's went all over the place, which I think is dope. And that they don't play up on that, like that punk rock, whatever the fuck she is and all that. Like they don't play up on that enough. Like they make her super generic, even though nothing about her is generic.
I feel like she needs a breakout performance in a match or a segment. Because if we look at like, you know, she has like already like a large fan base.
Right.
But with that being said, like I can't like none of her matches are memorable. Like
No.
I none of them have been memorable. She needs like that big moment. Like I think Becky Lynch is a great example. Becky Lynch had a lot of fans, but Becky Lynch didn't really have any standout matches until you had her lose to Charlotte and then turn heel on Charlotte. And then that was a huge like turning point for her. And then of course compound that with when she got potatoed by Nia Jax and you had that iconic moment of her like standing in the crowd with the smile and the bloody face. That from there, she was just rocketed up. But a lot of people forget, before that, she was, you know, a lot of fans, but there was always that thing missing. And I feel like Shotzi's right there. I think that's
and I feel like that, what you just said, like I feel like is the perfect parallel for Shotzi, because I feel like she's kind of, that's how Becky kind of was coming up through NXT. Like she wasn't the one, but she was one of the ones. Mm-hmm. And she kind of like you said, she had a huge fan base, but she just didn't have that fucking moment yet. Mm-hmm. And I think that she's way more believable than Liv. And I think that they need to play up, like, because in NXT, she used to like dive off the top rope and like jump on the ground and shit, and like do weird submissions and stuff like that. Like they really leaned into her just being.
She eliminated Charlotte from the Royal Rumble, man.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Rolled with that, dude.
She has it there. hopefully Triple H can bring it back out of her so we can see it, so the people in the main crowd can see.
Juggernaut says, "Shitty black fart" is what he calls Shotzi. Come on, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, listen,
on.
I know I sound like I'm like loving her and shit. I haven't liked her for a long time, but she's starting to grow. Not this version of Shotzi, but like towards the end of her NXT run, she was growing on.
Yeah, man. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. This I'm hyped for this match, but it really should be the Club versus Hot Topic Bullet Club again.
I don't think so.
Judgment Day. Like they should have. I think it should be the rematch again, the 3-on-3 trios. But it's just the heads up. AJ and Finn are gonna tear this place down. Like that. That's.
I hope so because their promos have been trash.
No, dude, they're gonna tear it up. Their styles are gonna go. I believe are gonna blend so flipping perfect together. Who do you think? Who do you think's gonna take it?
AJ.
Yeah, man, AJ's.
I don't want that. I wish it would be Finn because he needs something. Like I feel like he's even with the Judgment Day. I never felt like he vibed or like he matched with them. Like I don't know. Like I'm glad that he has a stable and everything, and the premise of it is dope. But like he just always felt like out of place with them.
Yeah. No, I got you there. I got you. It's funny. He's the least believable goth when he literally was dressing as a demon for years. You know what I mean? Like, what fucking sense does that make? Like, I could see all three members, including Dominic, in this whole goth persona, except
and honestly, like I think they should have played up the more with them with like the suits and shit on, like being like I don't know, like a god, like a Hot Topic version of Fortune or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it should have been more of that than the supernatural bullshit.
The
and
purple.
Like
this weird purple gang thing they got going on.
One of those ways other than the goth, you know what I'm saying, than the like supernatural goth shit. Because like Damian Priest and Rhea look like they should be in like a rock band or like a fucking emo band or something.
No, instead they look like they're a rival gang to Grove Street from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Right, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm into that. Like, but like the supernatural shit, like leave it alone. Like, I don't know. Like I just never vibed with this.
You didn't like Bandana Balor?
I mean, I kind of like to a certain extent I like all of them. Like Rhea's the only one I've been like not really into. Like, but I know she's dope as a woman's wrestler. Like, she's probably one of the dopest women's wrestlers there is. I mean,
Rhea's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
God, dude, Rhea's fantastic.
Like, just because I don't like her, like, I'm not that big of a hater to not say that she's not fucking dope in the ring. Like, her matches are. I don't think she ever has a bad match that I can remember, honestly. But I just think that like the aesthetic of it and everything, like they could have made it more Bullet Club-ish, or you know what I'm saying, like just anything, or they should have just did the club finally. Like he fucking. The Balor Club, like they trademarked that shit like 2 or 3 years ago and never did anything with it. So like I don't know. It's AJ's gonna win.
Juggernaut gets the reference. He says they're more Saints Row with all that purple. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Juggernaut, damn it. Noob came up with a fantastic idea. The Bullet Club Civil War at WrestleMania 39. My only thing there is Balor would need at least one more former member of Bullet Club.
Right.
Like, it doesn't really feel like a civil war if there's only one team of all former Bullet Club members. Not saying that Judgment Day should also be only comprised of former members, but I feel like they should have at least one more former Bullet Club member.
Right.
Who would that be? Who would you do that? Oh, come on. Oh, this is a great one. Bullet Club members. Who could we get to be the other Bullet Club member here? Some other.
You have to get some of the guys that are closer to the original. So like it's hard to do because they're all in AEW.
Right, dude. And they've had, but there's the thing about the Bullet Club too is they've had such a huge, they've had such an expand. I mean, they're like NWO. Like they've had. I mean, fucking Jeff Jarrett has been in Bullet Club. Yeah, so AJ Styles, let's see.
You probably do Cody when he came back.
You can get fucking Cody. There you go. Yeah, man, throw Cody in there. Although he wasn't really in the Bullet Club for too much. Adam Cole ain't coming back.
That's what I said. They're all in AEW. Like anybody that they
you can get Jay White. Apparently, they're in a working relationship with New Japan.
Yeah, if that really happens, then yes, I'm all for that.
Dude, Jay White, that would be fucking crazy if you get Jay White.
Fuck yeah, Jay White and fucking Finn.
What about Bone Soldier?
Or I'd take El Phantasmo or Chris Bay or Ace Austin.
What was Juice Robinson's name in NXT?
What the fuck was his name?
Dude. Oh no, it's CJ Perry. He was Lana's
Lana's
legitimate
Lana's actual name.
Yeah. It's CJ Perry, man.
Oh wait, you sure? I don't think it was CJ Perry, man. I think that's his actual name.
That's Lana's real name.
I think that's his name. His name too. I don't think it was CJ Perry. It was something else. Look it up.
Let me see.
Fuck yeah, you can get him. He's in Bullet Club now. I forgot.
Yeah, man. It's rock hard, Juice Robinson, dude. I fucking love it, dude.
Me too.
Juice Robinson, NXT. Let me see here. What was his name in NXT? I'm telling you, man, it was CJ Perry. This is just his Impact profile. No, CJ Parker. Excuse me, Parker.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew it wasn't.
CJ Parker.
I knew it wasn't that. Like I didn't think you were totally wrong. But I just knew it wasn't CJ Perry.
It was. I always remembered it being close to Lana's name at least.
Because I remember his Kevin Owens first match. He broke his fucking nose and shit.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Apparently, Stephen Amell, Arrow, is been in Bullet Club.
I did not know that.
He's under part-time members. Amber Gallows. Dude, they've had so many. They got subgroups. You got the Chris Bay and El Phantasmo as the BAFFs. Bullet Club USA has got Kenta in there. Ace Austin.
I've met Ace Austin before. He wrestled at the Chris Brothers promotion, Rockstar Pro here in Dayton.
Yeah. Dude, get Dick Togo. Get Dick Togo in there.
I wouldn't mind Ace Austin in them. I'm not gonna. Well, none of those guys you're gonna get because they're all under contract with New Japan. Like, there's no. I don't think there's anybody you could get. It'd have to be Cody.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Get Cody. I mean, Cody's the most realistic one, right?
Right.
I know.
It could be like you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, dude, Cody's definitely gonna have bigger and better things to do than fuck around with the club and. But
I mean, like you said, he wasn't in it that long, and he was trying to destroy the club. And this could be like I can finally get rid of the club once and for all.
There you go. Hey, yeah, there we go.
Look at us booking.
There we go, booking in. Let me see over here. It says Noob says throw in another female. Juggernaut Wrestle Kingdom is going to be great. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom's going to be fantastic. I think we should preview that.
Absolutely.
I might be out of town though. Noob says throw in Asuka and Io Sky and Bullet Club Asuka in the OC, Io Sky for Judgment Day. Oh shit, okay, that'd be neat. Chris Bay is cool, by the way. Chris Bay hit me up to download his album on Spotify once.
Nice.
Yeah. I asked him for an interview, and then he was like, "Oh, you gotta talk to the guy at Impact."
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
He did too.
Way to shoot your shot, though.
I did, man. I was like, "Hey," and then that guy.
I shot my shot with some local indie guys here. This past weekend, I went to a show. What is his name? My guy is actually Swinger. Like he's fucking ridiculous. He comes to the ring drinking a martini and shit. Like it's his character's pretty fucking dope. So hopefully we'll get on. I mean, I asked him would he come on our show, and he said, "Of course, I'll come on anything." So.
We've got the United States title triple threat. I think this match is gonna be fucking crazy. Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory for the triple threat. That's gonna be dope. Austin Theory's got this new character. How you feeling about losing the Money in the Bank title? Is it good?
I said I was gonna give Triple H a chance. And he's fucking repaying me for it. I said this when we talked about it. They're going to strip him down completely and make him something new. I just wasn't sure the direction they're going. Now I am. I'm not a kid shit anymore. Like, I fucking am here for it, and we're finally getting to see. Like, I still think he's doing too much chicken shit stuff, like dipping off and running. and throwing Mustafa into fucking Bobby and shit. Like that stuff, I was just like, come on, man. Like, I mean, you talked all this shit and you was talking big in the ring, like they're just gonna fucking sprint out
And
the
then he's
arena.
gonna run, do the chicken shit stuff again.
Right, like that part I'm not here for.
Slight
but like,
misstep, small misstep, but
right. But I mean, like,
overall,
you can't hit everything. Can't be a home run. So, but and like I said too, also you see how big he really is when in the ring with Bobby. Like, you think you just look at him, think he's like a cruiserweight guy, one of the smaller guys, but he's not. He's fucking huge.
He's Cock Diesel, man. He's just
huge.
He's just not a giant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like if an average person got really jacked.
Right. Well, because he was a bodybuilder before he started wrestling.
Yeah, man. I think that's why. I think that's part of the reason why I get so many parallels with John Cena. He's just, he's just not. He's just not a heavyweight body type.
Wait till he really starts unleashing on the mic. I'm telling you, like I am. Everybody knows I don't want anybody to say anything different when he gets the world championship, and I'm sticking my chest out and talking shit because I've been on this since he got in NXT. You can go back and check the tapes. I'm telling you, he's the future.
Who do you think's going to take this triple threat?
I'm leaning towards Bobby, but I'm sick of Bobby. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on, man, Bobby.
I can't.
He's a badass now. Now he just strangles people for the sake of strangling them.
That part, yeah. The physical part, no. Like I love Bobby being Bobby, just out muscling people, fucking people up, hurt locking the shit out. Like he sucks on the fucking mic. Like even when he's trying to talk tough, like it doesn't come off authentic. It doesn't come off like I should be scared of what he's saying. Put him back with MVP immediately and get the Hurt Business back together. Take Omos with you if you have to. Like he needs somebody
in there. It's fine.
Right. He needs someone to talk for him. He is so fucking garbage on the mic.
No, like I'm right there with you. We get the Hurt Business back together because the bloodline is gonna cool down eventually. Right. You know what I mean? They're gonna cool off at some point. I don't think it's gonna be like relatively too soon, but it's gonna happen.
And we never got that.
I know, man. I know. It's a travesty. It's a travesty we didn't get too many good faction warfares between because like who was the biggest faction the bloodline went against? It was fucking Retribution.
Right.
Oh my god, what a travesty there. Like but
and even the Hurt Business destroyed fucking Retribution.
Oh, no, they slaughtered them. Like they were literally paid like pest control. Yeah. They went in there one night on Raw and just laid them out like it was nothing. And then they left. And they got cheered for it. They were like, don't cheer us. This was just business. Noob says Seth is winning. Bobby is going to be back in the Hurt Business. I'm going to say that Austin Theory wins. I think they're going to double down on this character change for Austin.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's what they want to do. They want to give him that belt. Just give him that whole appeal and everything.
The only reason why I don't think it's going to be him is because Bobby cost him the title, and I think he's going to win it. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to win it from Bobby, but I think Bobby's going to win it now, and then he'll take it from Austin. Will take it from him.
Yeah. I think he'll win it. Let's cover these two War Games matches, and then
let's do it.
We'll eat some tacos or something. We'll start off with the 5-on-5 women's match. Team Belair, once again, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss. Once again, sorry I don't have Mia Yim's new name. I missed Raw last night. And then the TBA Superstar taking on Damage Control, which is Bayley, Nikki Cross, WWE Tag Team Champions, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, plus Rhea Ripley in there as well. Noob, I see the name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I didn't hear it pronounced. I want to say it's Mishin, but could be way off on that. Could be way off. Looks like Michigan without the gin.
So it's lame, like I said.
Fuck, man. Dude, where's your hype level on the women's match?
I'm here for it. I mean, just because it's War Games, but like, I feel like it's going to be predictable, and the faces are going to win unless we get a swerve on who the other member is going to be, which I'm sure is going to be a returning person, which means they're definitely going to get the win. So it's like,
I feel like So I feel like the women's War Games match is all about the return, and then the War Games match is like the formality. Like it's not gonna have much impact on like stories being told. It's just the vehicle for the grand return of who I think is gonna be Becky Lynch. Who do you think is gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Becky too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's talks like it could be it would be neat if it was Sasha Banks, because I think the event's taking place in Boston.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be okay with any of them, but I just think it's Becky.
Yeah. I mean, Becky has the most Becky's return ties right into the story. She had the feud with Bianca Belair, and then after the match at SummerSlam, she had the stare down against Damage Control, and then Damage Control, I think the next night on Raw, are the ones that injured her and took her out of competition. So story-wise, Becky's the one that makes the most sense. I've seen other names like Candice LeRae and
it's good. It's now that you just reminded me, it's definitely going to be Becky.
It has to be, right?
Right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, man. I think the match is going to be fun. I don't think there's going to be much noteworthy about it. I think we're going to get some cool spots.
Right.
I think we'll get a huge if you read into like the dirt sheets, apparently they want to put on like the two greatest War Games matches they can, so that they can use them for highlight videos for the years down the road, because they don't want to use too much NXT stuff, because the bulk of the NXT War Games matches feature guys that are all in the elite or in elite wrestling, you know.
Right.
So I feel like both matches are going to be spot fests. I feel like and I think honestly, just like it was in NXT, I think Io Sky is going to steal the show. That's
the only thing I'm counting on it, because I'm not so hyped for this, and I know it's going to be a return. I hope Io does some crazy shit.
You think she dives off the cage in a trash can again?
No, because they did that, but I think she's going to dive off something.
Oh, she's diving again. She's going to hit an insane moonsault. Noob says Becky Lynch is returning because she got a score to settle with Bayley. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then who you picking for the win, man? Team Belair, Team Damage
Oh, yeah,
Control.
the faces for sure. With Becky or whoever getting the pin.
Let's see. Who we saying gets pinned?
Nikki probably, I think. No. Becky Becky's going to pin
Bayley?
Bayley. She's going to pin Bayley for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because you have Rhea in there who's like super strong. Io and Dakota are champs. Nikki just got the reinvention, and then Bayley, would facilitate the story. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. Never forget Io Sky diving off the cage in the chat. Yeah. I forget when they chat, they're like, like a minute behind us. So whenever they chat, it's always in reference to like what we just finished talking about. The 5-on-5 men's War Game match. This I am beyond stoked for. The Bloodline, of course, Roman Reigns. By the way, Roman Reigns is finally teaming. This is the first time we're going to see the Bloodline, all 5 members in a match, to my knowledge. Roman, the Usos, Solo, and Sami Zayn taking on Sheamus, Butch, Ridge Harlan, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens. Dude, this is going to be banger. Like, once again, they're going to just put on a fantastic match.
Sammy's going to die.
Sammy's
definitely going to die.
Dude, the drama the storytelling that's going to be between him and Kevin Owens is going to be worth it altogether, man. Watching Sammy's going to probably start the match off, and then the look on his face when Kevin Owens finally enters. What I'm wondering is if there's going to be how much it's going to play into essentially the Bloodline Civil War. Does Sammy hesitate to show his allegiance to the Bloodline once Kevin Owens is introduced into the mix? Does his loyalty get called into question?
I just know, out of all those people in the match, Sammy is the one that's probably going to get murdered. I'd say probably Sammy and Butch are definitely going to get murdered.
Murdered?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Ridge. I think Ridge is going to eat some shit.
I think the only reason I say it's them two because they're the only two smalls that can get up on the top rope and ship and everything. Like they're either going to both go through a table together or something. Like it's going to be some big spot like that. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Yeah, I think Solo's gonna stand out.
Oh yeah,
I feel like Solo's gonna have a lot of really awesome moments. The same thing with the Usos. I mean, you put we saw the Usos in a cage match when they did Hell in a Cell with
New Day.
New Day. That they just thrived in that chaotic environment and they had a lot of fun.
I just want to see Solo versus Drew McIntyre so you can see how big he really is and see if he really stacks up.
Plus, yeah, because you got to think with McIntyre and Sheamus having that hard hitting style. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and play Smash Brothers. With that hard hitting style, who's going to be the one that meets him in the middle with that? You would think Solo, right?
Right.
Would show that he can be just as stiff and hard hitting. Yeah, dude, this match is just both. I mean, honestly, I fully predict both War Games matches are gonna tear the house down.
Yeah. But this one, the men's is gonna be next level.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. Who's winning, man?
Bloodline.
Yeah, Bloodline. I say, Bloodline pins Ridge.
Yeah, or Butch.
They'd be really cool if they lean into the storytelling, and Jey Uso or Sammy took the pin. Like, oh man, imagine if Jey Uso took the pin with all the shit that's happening, the turmoil with all of them. That'd be really interesting. But I think Bloodline's coming out winning. Bloodline pins Sheamus is what Noob says. Okay.
It's not elimination though, is it? It's first pin, right?
It's first pin. So the match.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny part of Raw, by the way, was McIntyre came out and they were putting over War Games. They were having a blast.
Right.
But McIntyre says War Games where there's no rules. And I was like, motherfucker, War Games has got like the most rules.
Literally.
Out of anything. Except for this crazy match that Shawn Michaels just created, which I got to look into.
My thing, those promos on Raw were terrible. Like Sheamus was terrible. Like all of it was just so ass and like generic. And then
it ain't gonna
I don't know.
It's just like how we looked at Full Gear. It ain't gonna matter once the bell rings and we're actually watching the event. All the lead up ain't gonna matter. It's gonna be so good. All right, man. So that's our take. That's our show. That's everything that we think on the upcoming Survivor Series War Games fucking pay-per-view. Tell us what you guys think in the comments. Once again, if you're listening to this on the audio version of the podcast, leave us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts or iTunes, man. Apparently we're pretty popular in Canada, RN.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I'll take it. It's from teaming up with
BC and
Wrestling with the Truth, man. That's what it was. Says don't get us started on Rhea's promo.
Thank you.
Yeah, once again, you guys, thank you all so much. Thank you, Noob, Juggernaut, Will, and Allison for hopping in the chat. Don't forget, if you're watching this live tonight following NXT, come right back to Twitch for Botch, Spotch, and Chair Shots. I'm sure Will be doing a show tonight as well. So tune in and check those guys out. They're going to have a bunch of fun.
Yep.
Before we go, RN, like we do every show, I'm going to tell you, man, you're not getting no fucking monkeys.
Fuck you. I wore my shirt just to let you know it's coming. It is coming. I'm telling you, it is coming. I'll bet within the next year.
You're not going to get none of those. What are they called? What kind of monkeys are they called?
Either capuchin monkeys or spider monkey.
God damn it, dude. He knows them by name.
Yes, bro.
I don't feel like you're going to get them.
Trouble.
You're not getting no damn monkeys.
Hashtag monkey trouble, bro.
Tell everyone about Route 4 Kennels, man, before we bounce.
Follow us on IG at Route 4 Kennel and on Facebook, same name if you're looking for a puppy and eventually monkeys. Mean Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube, Mean Jelly Bean Memes on Facebook, Mr. 8984 on the Tweeter space. If you want to argue about some shit or want to smoke, hit me up.
Yeah, man. And if you ever want to shoot the shit with me, you can follow me at the Kai Tai Show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Until next time, y'all have a good one.
See you this week.
This brought to Hitman Heart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.